20-foot drop and she wants to stay up there. Oh man. So, anyways, I'm just kind of stressed because I can't believe what's going on in our government. This is just insane. Both wings belong to the same bird 100%. Wow, everyone's just nuts. So let's just talk about some issues today because we need to, man. This is ridiculous. We need to, let the government know what we want as people because they're literally going to let AI take all of our jobs. They are contaminating everything now, are going to allow forever chemicals in our soils and our food, in our waters. Come on. We can do so much better than this. I'm just so outraged, honestly. I've had so much food that I could not eat because it had plastic on it and it never ripened. It just turned rotten. Yeah, like, yeah, crap had to be thrown away. What is up with this? You know? I don't get it. Like, did suddenly everything get so difficult? Before COVID and that whole scam, things were pretty easy, right? Like, we were trying to get the pesticides and Monsanto out of our soils and out of our food. And then they got a law passed this year so that they don't have any penalties for causing cancer. And so, isn't it just so strange that it all comes back on the people and we get no, allowance even now? This is just nuts, man. They poison us with everything they've got, literally. And we have no recourse. We just lose our health. Then they charge us exorbitantly $200 to $500 for aspirin in the hospital. Come on, you kidding me? I have to take pills because of what they've done to my health, giving me an unconsensual V, dude. It's insane. And they destroyed me. I'm still trying to get better. It's been like 4 years, 4.5 years. And yeah, so I've had to have so many heart scans, and my medicine is super expensive. I can't afford it at all. I can't work. I haven't been able to work for 4 years since they poisoned me. And even before that, I got poisoned before that and got cancer of everything. And yeah, so we're just supposed to get sick, lose everything, and we can't even get jobs because we got AI taking all the good, easy jobs that, older people can do and people that just need a little income. Like, this is just so bizarre and it's just being allowed and we're paying for it actually. Like, what is up with this? Giving all this money to AI and to technology companies that are literally cutting our throats and making it impossible to live. It's ridiculous. Hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandma yourself, buddy. I ain't no grandma, actually. I wish I was. It would be really cool. I have 5 kids, and none of them have had kids because of the state of this stupid world. Who wants to bring kids into this place, when you can't afford to feed them and all the food you're going to buy is poison? Huh? Jeez, what are they even thinking? Is this like the pharmaceutical companies are the number one owners and the technology companies are right there behind them? And I guess to hell with us people, right? This is insane, man. I don't understand what the heck. Why people even want to do these things. Like, life could be easy. We could actually have nutritious food and I'm in Arizona. Where are you from? Excuse me. Anyways, yeah, I think we gotta really tell the government, like, write them, petition them, uh, that we don't want this crap on our food. It's plastic. It kills our food, and it's not nutritious. All the chemicals that they're putting in the soil is super bad, and it will kill your insides. It kills your digestive system, and then it allows parasites to grow. You see, like, and that will give you cancer. And it's even like a known fact. So if you have any cancer, be sure to take a parasite cleanse. There's a lot of different ones. Wormwood and uh, Greenhold black walnut is a really good tincture you can take. Papaya seeds, chai, pepper, a lot of different things can help you keep control of those parasites because they're literally putting parasites in our food, and this horrible chemicals will just screw up everything in your digestive system. So just be super careful of what you're eating now, and definitely wash it. I don't even know if washing it even with vinegar is going to do it any good for most of these things. So the big question is, why would our government be doing this, right? And they just want to take out a bunch of the population, and it's a sad fact. But even Clinton was working on that a long time ago. And so, boy, I hope everyone can just try and stay strong. We need to really say what we want as people, and all these extremes in either direction aren't really good for us or the planet. We can't just stop our use of oil, but we also can't just continue to pollute everything, especially our water, and air. And it's just really insane. Like, that they're this whole chemtrail thing. I don't know, you probably don't believe in chemtrails, but I've been watching them in the desert for 20 years, and they are so real. I can tell you exactly how they move them, how they form, how they cover the entire sky, and they're toxic, and now they're microwaving them to put them all wherever they want, and using radar systems and the towers and stuff to pump out these microwaves. And you don't think that affects us? It dries the atmosphere and creates the clouds. So it's like this rapid evaporation over air and water where they're building the clouds. So if it doesn't rain, it's actually making it drier. But then the clouds go and flood out, say, like what happened in Texas and all around the country this year and all around the world. They are creating huge storms with the technology they have. They've admitted it. We have been paying them. Congress actually has billions of dollars going to these technology companies, like, what is it called? Beautiful Sunsets. And boy, you can just go on and on. On X, there's groups that I was in that were, getting people aware that this is a real thing. They're actually trying to block the sun, and Bill Gates isn't going to be held responsible for anything. Fauci isn't being held responsible for anything. These people created mass murder, and Bill Gates is continuing to put his nasty products on everything. And these people were behind millions of people's deaths around the world, and they love to attack Africa even more than anything else. And it's just so disgusting. And then you got this whole, like, abortion thing. Like, I'm not really against really term abortion, because I know people can handle it, and our government isn't there helping us. Oh yeah, we're gonna give you $5,000 if you have a baby. What? Really? Because as far as I know, I have 5 kids, and $5,000 doesn't go anywhere, especially now. And so yeah, What is going on? We all gotta like fucking wake up. I don't know what that emoji means. Yeah, what the fuck? Exactly. You guys better wake up or you're not going to have any jobs. You aren't going to have any food to eat. I thought that Trump was actually going to get us out of this hell realm that we're into. We've only just begun, people. This is insane. It's a worldwide conspiracy. And you can call me a conspiracy theorist, but you know what? Once a conspiracy is proven true and we do have the receipts, this is no longer a conspiracy. You become the master of conspiracy. You get a master's degree. All right, because we've been nailing this shit. It's real. They took a bunch of people out with that COVID. They took people out even more with the V. Yeah, it's true. And then you got them running freaking politicians who were in on putting grannies in the rest homes with COVID. What is that? And no penalties for Fossey continuing to do, what is it, gain of function research and paying for it. And now we're still doing gain of function research. What is up with this, man? I'm just really disheartened, I guess. I have no faith in any political system. I think that the people really need to stand up and say what they want because otherwise, don't complain when we're completely like China. Dude, you should watch some videos on China and what's happening there right now because it ain't pretty. And if you want to have any rights left, you better get with it, man, because we're looking at a complete surveillance state where they can literally know where you are every moment, which I used to have a pretty high profile. A lot of people know me that I wish didn't, honestly. But you could be in danger when, like, say, Candace Owens, they know where she is right now. They know exactly what she's looking up on the internet. It doesn't matter if she has a VPN or whatever in at all. Okay. It's a matter of, like, if they want you, they got you. And I literally was working on some issues, and, you know, yeah, I know way too much just to say that. So they've tried to block me for my entire life since like the 2000s, 2020, I mean 2007 or 8, they've been on me. And they, because that's when the internet was starting to be able to really stop anybody from doing anything with surveillance and stuff. So, it's a weird situation we're in right now. Yeah, so that's my daughter. I'll be out there in a second. I'm just doing my nails really quick. You guys, anybody in here? Hello, hello. My comments are turned off or what? Yeah, I guess so. Cool. Yeah, I'm old. Yeah. Not as old as I'd like to be. And, if your government tried to kill you as much as they've tried to kill me, you'd be looking pretty damn old too, kiddo. And so, yeah, experience causes you to look old sometimes. And I'm tired as hell. I want to know the truth about it because I've been working for your life, your future, and the future of all of our kids. Whatever, go ahead and spam me. You're just getting me more views. I really don't care. Because if you're that dumb that you really don't even care about your own future and what you're eating and drinking and breathing, then I don't know what to say to you. I guess you could be a bot. Maybe you need to just hook on up to Neuralink, I guess. But yeah, I wouldn't do it. It cuts off your source connection and cuts off your intuition. It would be way too much for the human to be attached to that much information. It will blow out your circuits. So, y'all better just kind of watch out. I know a bunch of people have been blocking my account, and all I'm trying to do is inform you. And actually, mostly I do music videos now because people attack me for trying to help. And if you don't want a future, why should I care? Really, except for that, I do care. And I've cared for 30 years, ever since President Clinton said he wanted to wipe off 4 billion people off the planet in 1993. Yeah. Anyways, I have a message I have to look at here. What is it? Shut up, old fart. Old and a loser. You're a nobody. You look like a dude. Hey, whoever you are, Mr. H. Is that H for hell or help? Because you definitely need some help. You got Palantir in your pocket? Because they're going to be in your pocket. They're going to be in every part of your reality if you don't watch out, brah. You think that's a good thing? You like Palantir? You're probably a really stupid person, I guess, because why would you even be like, why would you choose the course of life that you were on? Kind of an idiot, actually. Most people would like to have a better future where they can actually excel and have a profit and not some kind of like, oh, just give me a couple $1,000 a month and I'm going to sit and be connected to your system so you can suck my soul. Most people like freedom. They like being able to go on hikes and drive their cars and not live in 15-minute cities and eat nutritious, good food and have good water. Yeah, most humans, that's what they like. I'm doing okay. How are you? You know that the future is here now and the AI is about to take all the jobs. And I guess people like you just really don't care. You just want to sit there and badger me when I've been literally studying for about 40 years so that I could tell you what's going on because I know I've been through it. This is why I have some wrinkles because the crap I've gone through so I could tell you what the hell's going on. Yeah, and you know what? Almost every leading podcaster watches everything I say. In fact, they're listening right now, but you can't tell because they got a VPN on. Yeah, you know how many people I've made famous in the last 5 years just by liking their videos and maybe doing a repost of it? Yeah, I do. And I can prove it all day long, bruh. So go ahead, go do whatever you do. I don't care. Thanks for all the help you got going on here, though. This is great. You're really funny. So you really like me that much, huh? That's cool. Because, yeah, we're just going to wait and let you wear your little fingers out. Because we know what you use them for. Yeah. As you can see, I'm getting totally hacked in the freaking message. I guess I just need to block this character somehow. Goodbye, guy. Anyways, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like go on such a rant, but I did actually because I think somebody really needs to. And I, sorry to say, I supported Trump. I believed that he was actually going to do something right and hold Fossey accountable and hold Bill Gates accountable. And of course, he is just spot off or whatever now. Like, I guess the worst things, like, literally are true. And it's really terrible. And I feel really terrible about ever thinking he was going to do anything right. And it's just pitiful. But on the positive side of that, at least he is seen now. Now we know what the whole goals are, and I guess that's very important because we got the what is it? The emperor wears no clothes. For real, yeah. Oh, how do you get back on here? Jerko, get out of here. You don't know how I blocked this idiot? You jerk. Hope you're having fun. I'm trying to ignore him, but he's just totally spamming me out. I want to get rid of him, and I don't know how to do it because I'm old. Get my kids to slam him. We'll see. I'm sure they know how to get his ass off of here. Options to block. Where are they though? I clicked on his thing and I can't find him anywhere. Anyways, maybe he stopped. Okay, so back to what we got to do is tell the government what we want. I do think that at least reducing the number of vaccines that we have for kids is really important. Quit giving them mass doses of things at one time. That's really important. This stuff has mercury, all kinds of poisons in it, and it's giving our kids brain damage. You know, they want to call it autism, but it's brain damage. And we got to get real with this. What is it? 1 in 30 kids now? Who's going to take care of those kids? Where are the funds to take care of the people that already need help? You know? And then we all get sold this thing like, oh, the illegals are taking all the money, blah, 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 which I saw some evidence that, like, they were getting a lot of money and probably still are. And I've been fighting for since September just to get my health care back because my medication costs $1,200 a month. Yeah. And I wouldn't even have to take it if it wasn't for getting the V. So, and they put me into extreme allergic reactions. Like I've nearly died probably, I don't know, maybe even 20 times in the last 4 years. It's been maybe more than that. Yeah. But we can't allow this to continue on because it looks like now they want to take everything. If they just take everyone's health care away, then people are going to lose their homes. And that means there will be no generational inheritance. If we have no jobs, then if they're not coming in with policy right now saying, okay, we're going to actually put out more healthcare because we screwed all your health studies over, and with chemicals and pesticides and vaccines and poison and everything, you know, so they don't want to help you actually survive what they've just put us all through. But then so then they're going to take that away, and then they'll get your house and your property and everything else that you've worked your entire life for. And then they don't want to let you retire until you're 70 now? Are you kidding me? This government literally ripped me off for what my lawyers and congressional lawyers says, 3 trillion plus dollars. Okay, I'm an author. My work went across the whole world. It was stolen from me by President Clinton. And yeah, I'm lucky to be alive, I guess. Yeah, anyways. But yeah, they owe me huge amounts of money. And now I'm literally looking at my last 10 pills, and they owe me trillions of dollars. So crazy, huh? Oh, and by the way, these are the first 3D printed dentures because I couldn't get my teeth taken care of because our healthcare system is so bad. Yeah. So I blame it all on the government. I'm sorry. I take responsibility for not tearing their whole system apart 30 years ago. Like, I didn't really know how to do anything like to get my rights back or to get anything back. Like, I have copyrights, everything. But every time I got a lawyer, their houses would burn down. And they'd be like, don't ever mention my name again. You know, a lot of stuff like that has happened because I actually am an intelligent person that tried to do something good in this world. So everybody's against me for some reason. Even the people who watch me don't even support me usually. Like, it's just so weird. They won't even give me no likes. All these podcasters that literally take my show, like my ideas, not shows, because I don't make shows, but they take my ideas, my prompts, my special words, all this, and they make entire shows of it every day for 5 years. I could prove even Elon was doing it. In fact, when I did prove it, it scared half of my audience away because they were like, holy crap, you're telling us the truth. I went and found a post that nobody had seen for years, posted it up on X. And I tell these people, I'm like, yeah, you watch. Elon's going to pick this up within a day. And it didn't even take him a full day, dude. He put up that entire article. And of course, he bypassed me like he always does, like they all do. And I was like, wow, wow, yeah, I really got some buddies here. So I thought, like, yeah, these people were behind me because they're using all my stuff. And then they'd be twisting the outcome, twisting the real meaning of what's going on. No, I was born in the 60s, actually, 1960, whatever. And no, but I grew up with hippies, okay. And I honestly appreciate hippies, even though I have 175 IQ. I don't really like most rich people because they're greedy fox. Yeah, they don't do anything for anybody else. And they literally, the people who I was working with, they're all rich because of the stories I put out, telling everybody what's been going on because I know, because I've been studying for 40 plus years. Yeah. So I'm not really too happy with anybody. No one backed me up. Nobody helped me out. It's really ridiculous. But they think, you see, they think like everything's okay. Do you realize there aren't going to be any podcasters unless they're state authorized? Very soon. Very soon. Yep. You can count. So they're all going to lose. They're all, that's the only thing they do with their lives is do their podcasting, but they have millions. They think they're going to be able to be the haves, you know, the stake eaters and stakeholders. I don't think that's the way God has it planned. All of this stuff has been told and way past, right? Long time ago, it was written. And they seem to really want to like follow it, bring it all to truth. Well, guess what? When you're in a paradigm, you're in a mindset, you could make things happen. Yeah. So at the end doesn't really look great for a lot of people. So I would recommend finding your heart and soul, find Jesus Christ or your highest feeling of God that you have ever imagined having, because that's what is going to save you and carry you through this time. And we got to tell our politicians, no matter what country you're in, we need to do mass writing and all kinds of things, no matter what side you're on. If you're a Republican or if you are a Democrat, our politicians are not working for us and for our well being. So it's very important to remember. Let me read your comments here a second. So yeah, anyways, I look really old today for some reason. I don't know. I think it's lighting. I don't really care. It's not been my focus. But anyways, I wish you all the best. I hope that your lives go beautifully, but we're gonna have to really make them do what we want as people. And if you agree that we need healthy food, healthy water, less vaccinations, less bioengineering, less AI, less options for robots, and more potential for humans, then please like this video and please take action by contacting your politicians and representatives and let them know that we want real change in our country and we don't need to go extreme in any direction. We don't need all solar. Do you know that one giant windstorm or hailstorm can take out an entire miles and miles of solar power in one flash? Like literally, one storm can take out all of it. Same thing with windmills. You know, I'm the one that actually was beginning, like, I was, that's why I was at Clinton's meeting, okay? Because I was working on sustainable development. I'm the author of Secrets of Living Systems book, game, and science curriculum. So I'm a real environmentalist, actually. And so I thought, I'll admit it, I thought that solar and wind and all these things were going to save us and get us out of the oil life. But we have to make a transition, and we have not yet found the real energy, which I believe is probably more along the free energy, which they don't want you to have free energy, right? But we could have little tiny generators that receive the source energy and even sun energy, whatever solar energy, and create a kinetic energy. And we could actually do these things that would be more like localized. Each person would have one to generate that amount of energy needed for their home or for their apartments or whatever. Like, and it would be more of like a turbine kind of thing that you could use, all have all kinds of energy happening at the same time on what I'm thinking of. And I've invented a lot of things that have been taken, believe me. So anyways, we have a long way to go, and we gotta feel like you have to have transitions. And you can't just shut off oil production, but also we need to control that shit too. Like they can't just go and contaminate everything. You know, Trump taking out all of the safeties for the environment. That is not okay in any way. It's going to end up killing us and our environment. We'll end up with cancers. And they obviously don't want to pay for it, right? They don't want to pay for us to get better. In fact, they don't even want to tell you what will make you better from cancer is parasite cleanses. It totally will. Fenbendazole or whatever they call it, and all these different things, and black hole, green hole vomit, and all that. So, anyways, they don't want us healthy. And until they start telling us truth, that's what I believe. They just really don't want us healthy. They want to just have a small population. They like, I'm not seeing anything. Oh, Elon's like, yeah, we want to encourage people. We want people to think they're going to be able to get ahead. We got to incentivize them. With what? What are you going to incentivize us with? You haven't even made it out of the dome. You know, like, come on, let's hear it. How are you going to make sure that my family prospers in the future? That we have jobs, that we can still create and we can get our ideas out without having it stolen by the surveillors of Palantir and Microsoft and Oracle and everybody else. Who's going to ensure that we aren't going to have to eat poison and kill our entire digestive system because you want us to eat trash? And now we have no protections from that. Who's going to do this? Who are you going to call if you have a big problem with being followed, maybe, and maybe tried to get your life out, right? Who are you going to call? I'm not calling anybody. And I nearly had 40 accidents in July because I was working on some Philadelphia topics. Yeah. Tell you what, I put it up online and it stopped. And someone just happened to come up and tell me how they knew me. Yeah. So, this Charlie Kirk thing didn't even go looking for these other people. They didn't even interview them and say this little guy Taylor did it. I don't believe for a minute. I actually have a family of shooters, and I know what a 30-06 will do. And everyone who has ever seen a 30-06 hit anything knows. Okay, so that they even did that has done nothing but endanger everyone who has talked about it. And I think I saw the guy. And you know what? I got a piercing headache in my brain when I saw him the second time. Literally, I have never felt anything like it in my life. It was like the highest frequency, most piercing pain you could ever imagine. And it was after I saw one of the people who I think was involved. I saw him twice. First time at my special place out in the middle of the desert. And I just so happened to be paranoid. I admit it, but I have reasons. So not all the paranoid are wrong. In fact, Bill Gates say only the paranoid will survive. So, anyways, I was paranoid, so I went out and I did a film out in the middle of the desert where nobody goes, right? And guess who showed up out there weeks later when I went back out there to go do some picking of herbs? Yeah, my number one suspect showed up, the guy in the brown in the front row. Then I saw him again, looking to buy a used car. Sure did. And then I got this piercing headache. You wouldn't just even believe it. And I was just stopped at a stoplight, just maybe a block away from it. So, who knows? Was I able to call the FBI and be like, hey, this guy just showed up at my place? And hey, this guy probably just shot me with a freaking weapon. No, I sound crazy, right? Yeah, but it happened. So, I don't know, man. I just pray every day that me and my family and all my people will be okay. But I have friends that are kicking off daily, literally, for stupid things. Like my one good friend just passed away a few days ago because he had a bladder infection or something and bad teeth. Come on, we're in 2025. Nobody should be dying from a bladder infection or bad teeth. Yeah. Anyways, I gotta go get a drink. I'm really thirsty. I hope you all have a great day. And thanks for any likes you might have given me. I appreciate it. And I read your comments before I go here. Oh, I don't know who's still here with me. Oh, I guess no one. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I have letter 40. So I'm old. You should listen to your elders. Later, Gators.